What's up? How you guys doing? My bad. It's been a hard week. I'm in the process of getting like a streaming room together, but it's not ready yet. So I gotta do with this. See, it's a virtual background. I might fade in and out. Please bear with me. Please work with me as I get this going. First time doing this. I usually do a green screen or whatever. I got up my game, man. Welcome to crypto. What the hell is this? Crypto news live stream. I do this once a week. I talk about prevalent news related to crypto. I say related because it's not all about crypto. Crypto is now bigger than crypto. It's some macroeconomics. It's a lot of financial stuff. It's AI. It's a whole bunch of stuff. What is crypto? It's hard to wrap your head around it. We try to do it here. If you can't stay for the whole thing, usually it runs about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's a long old thing. I didn't get a chance to pre-read all of these articles. So bear with me. It might be a little choppier than usual, but trying to make it happen, man. And if you can't listen for the whole thing, no worries. I know you guys are busy people. Got to drop off, no problem. You can watch the record if you like long form. If you want short form, I send these things out throughout the week as I can. This last week has been a bear. You guys know I do some work directly with WanChain. I was doing some of their content, fell behind a little bit on my own. But trying to get it going, man. Try to keep it going. It's a war of attrition, you know? How you guys been? You like that? You like that? It's a little bit of something. I'm going to try to get the gamer streamer thing down. But guys, organization is not my strong suit. I'm trying to get organized and shit. It's hard. What's up, y'all? Blind Dave, I'm trying to do like the renovation thing right now. It's hard, man. Damn, how you do it? But good to see you, man. I gotta say, bro, I know you're a crypto OG. I'm a crypto OG. Mad love for you. Thanks for sticking with me so long. What is it now? Like 2-3 years at this point? Damn. Dig the lighting. Thank you. You know, I'm trying to get hip with these Gen Z kids, man. They be doing it good. I could admire a little bit. Dub in hyperspace. Oh. Hey. Let's give it a couple minutes. Y'all like to say what's up to the people. You know, this is more than just news. It's, you know, a place where crypto nerds can congregate, talk about crypto. If you're anything like me, your friends, your significant others, they're tired of hearing you talk about crypto. I understand. It's a whole lot of filth, alarm, filth. Sometimes it sounds like a whole lot of nothing. We understand, though. You come by, kick it here. Grab a drink, kick back. I'm going to read you some news. And again, I'll kick out each individual article out to you over the week for your listening pleasure. How you guys doing? Nothing? Nada? Okay. Is what it is. Man, dude, this week it's been a hard week. Be quite honest. You probably seen I didn't release any videos for like 5 days, and then I did all of them. Like, hey, man. Sometimes you just got to keep moving forward. It's not perfect. Whatever. You guys okay, though? I've been growing out my facial hair, man. You know, I hear a number go up when you got more facial hairs. Some lady told me, hey, you're not supposed to do that. It's not even November. I said, what do you know about facial hair? Crazy. 4 people, you guys good? Who else I got here? I know I got 2 right here. Say what's up. Introduce yourself. Do I have anyone new here? I know I have some new followers. I have some people that dropped off. No worries. No hard feelings. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, man. Because I had to like get out of the living room. My wife was getting all pissed. Just kidding. Love you, babe. She would listen to this. Are you listening to this, babe? Alts are crashing more than ever. Who cares, man? Who cares? Who cares? Look, guys, like seriously, in crypto, if I freaked out every single time coins went down, I would have white hairs all over my face and my body. At a certain point, it's like, what's gonna happen? Oh wait, number go down again? How much farther can it go down? I don't care anymore. And you know what they say? The man who doesn't have anything to lose is the most dangerous man in the world. I don't got nothing to lose. F it. You know, like it's usually the people who are new to crypto freaking out. Oh my God, it went down 20%. Oh, it sounds like you're from stocks. Yeah, that happens here sometimes. But then it goes up like 1,000%, and then you don't care no more. See, that's the thing. You just got to get to the end, y'all. Doesn't matter what happens in between. It goes up a lot, it goes down a lot. But you know what? We want to end our journey at the up spot, not the down spot. Don't capitulate. You made it damn near 2 years into this. It's not going to go on forever. No bear market, no downturn in crypto has ever lasted forever. None of them. 100% always end. We just got to get to the end. Now, sometimes they take a long time. But you know what? It's been a long time. It's damn near time we get, a reversal. That's the way I look at it, man. It's a war of attrition. War of attrition. Whoever wants it more gets all the glory. That's why I say, man, like everyone's going to say when crypto goes up, oh, you're lucky. Oh, I wish I did this. I wish I did that. Oh, I wish this and that. Ain't no luck. Ain't no wishing. If you coulda, woulda, shoulda, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like you should have invested at the bottom. You should have sold at the top. No one invests in the bottom because it's scary. No one sells at the top because they're greedy. You know what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day, we're the only ones here still following this stuff, still investing in this stuff. That's why we have like conviction. Because we're in it for the good times and the bad times, baby. Switch from vodka to tequila this cycle. Hey, tequila is fun. Dang. We should call you Blind David. Hey, little salsa action. Little salsa action, Blind Dave. I see you, bro. 4 people. We're about to get into the news real quick. I like to bullshit a little bit. Sometimes, that's my problem. We got to keep it light, guys. We got to keep it light. Sometimes, crypto is getting sued, all this stuff, Bitcoin this, crypto that, crypto's dead. And by the way, people saying, oh, crypto's dead. What does that even mean? It's on the internet. How's it gonna die? It's not gonna die. It'll never die. It'll always be on the internet. Oh, in America. Well, good thing crypto doesn't exist in America. It exists in cyberspace. Sí, se habla un poco. Speak a little? Wow. Blind Davis, like I don't even know you anymore, dog. You been buying Digibyte? I hear, and correct me if I'm wrong, I hear Digibyte is might have some utility in the Chinese blockchain system, national blockchain system. Is that true? I'm bullish on coins that are in the China blockchain system. I got one. The WAN. The Digibyte, are they out there? Because I talked to Josiah. Remember that interview I did with them? And he was speaking about like, hey, we don't even really know who's using our tech because we're so decentralized. Like that's one thing about decentralized projects. We never really know exactly who's using this, who's building on it, who will build on it. It just happens. But I wonder if man. I know you're inside. I know you see doing those Twitter spaces. Let me know. We're almost 10 minutes in. I'm gonna get going. Okay. Let me share my stuff. Share my screen. But yeah, man, I want to up the visual content, I hold 50K DGB tokens so cheap, I'll probably get 1 M tokens, 1 milli. Why not, man? This is the time to buy, baby. I mean, no, before I get into this, that's for sure, guys. If right now, no one wants this stuff, everyone's scared, you know what they say. The best time to buy is when there's blood on the streets. At this point, you can get stupid amounts of coins. I never owned a percent of a coin, but now I do. I won't tell you which one. See, you could do crazy stuff on the bottom. You just got to believe. Gotta believe that'll turn around one day, and usually it does. Let's get into it, y'all. A debt jubilee of biblical proportions is coming soon. What you need to know. Bear with me. Just humor me, please. 4,000 years ago, the rulers of ancient Babylon discovered a technique to stave off violent revolts. In ancient times, there was a tendency for people to become hopeless in debt to their creditors. Eventually, they would rise up and cause instability that could threaten the entire ruling system. The rulers of the ancient world recognized this dynamic. Their solution was to enact widespread debt cancellation or a debt jubilee. Debt jubilees acted as a societal pressure release valve when there were no other options. The practice spread in the ancient world and became codified in different civilizations. For example, the book of Leviticus recognizes debt jubilees as the end of a 49-year biblical cycle, 7 years of 7 years, 7 cycles of 7 years. I think this ancient practice will make a big comeback as soon as governments, corporations, personal debt have all reached unbearable levels today. Some would say we're there. I think the ancient practice will make, In fact, the debt jubilees have already started and investment consequences will be profound. They simply redistribute it. Debt jubilees are government decrees that amount to a massive wealth transfer with big winners and losers. The PPP loan forgiveness during the CV hysteria was the prelude. President Biden's student loan forgiveness took it to the next level. The student loan forgiveness was unprecedented. Unilateral executive action of this size has never occurred during a time of peace. Moreover, Congress, not the president, is supposed to make spending decisions of this magnitude. It is estimated that the immediate and deferred cost of the student loan forgiveness will be at least almost $600 billion. Biden's student loan debt jubilee went too far for even President Obama's former chief economic advisor, Jason Furman, who describes it as pouring roughly $500 billion of gasoline on the inflationary fire that is already burning. That's reckless. As Biden demonstrated, all it takes is a president's stroke of a pen to wipe out hundreds of billions in debt. I think the political pressure to do this again will be irresistible, especially before elections, as a way to court voters. The student loan jubilee set a precedent. I don't think it'll be too long before we see a credit card jubilee, a car loan jubilee, or a mortgage jubilee. How will the government pay for all these jubilees? It's impossible they could raise taxes enough to pay for them. It also wouldn't make sense to issue more debt to cancel their debts. That leaves money printing as the only way they can finance these jubilees. So my guess is that's what they'll do. Interesting. Now, guys, why do I bring this up? And why do you listen to me? What value do I offer you? I speak of a lot of things that seem unrelated to crypto, but yet they are. The issuance of debt, the allure of canceling debt through inflation is very attractive for the Biden administration to win voters, to get another 4 years. And while it started off as kind of a biblical inference, it has wider implications, reaching into just the issuance of debt, the continued increase of inflation. This increase of inflation basically prints as much money as we need. That's the benefit of having a world reserve currency. The downside is it erodes the currency's status and value. But let's think of it this way. If you had a credit card and you were able to print money, why would you work for it? Why would you suffer? Why would you go through austerity? Why wouldn't you just print it? Wait, there's no reason why not to. Print your way out of all the bad, reckless decisions you made, so there's no accountability. That sounds exactly like what the United States government would do. Now, why does this affect crypto? Because Bitcoin, when it was released after the 2008 financial crisis, acted as the ultimate deflationary sponge for the ultimate inflation. This was my thesis 10 years ago. It's still my thesis today. So they know no matter how much liquidity they throw out there, it can be soaked up by the new financial system, Web3, the decentralized financial system. And this, my friends, is how crypto will come into its own. The old financial system is dying through excess liquidity. The new system is an ultimate sponge. So we'll have to see, we'll have to look at it. And this is kind of like on the fringe of thought. But just bear with me. Even though it sounds biblical, everyone seems to think and tends to think that all these things just happen magically by divine gift. What if they actually play out in a practical way? I don't know. I thought that was a little food for thought. What do you guys think? That's an interesting one. Let me get a little closer though. Cool. Fourth goal achieved, XPRT. Oh, nice, Blind Dave. That's awesome. Yeah, guys, set goals. During the downturns, why not? You can get stupid amounts of coins, stupid amounts of supplies. Who cares, man? Like, it's time. It's time. Make your bets. Put your stake in the ground. See it grow. This is the great time to do it. If you are willing to buy at the top, why not buy now? Don't you believe in crypto like that still? You should. 3 people. Interesting. That was a little different first article. I thought it was interesting that Zero Hedge covered it. Next one. Damn, thing's flickering. Russia's largest bank to allow retail investors to trade digital assets. Retail investors will be able to transact with digital finance assets, or DFAs, on the distributed ledger platform built by SureBank by the end of the current quarter. If we talk about individuals, then in the second quarter in June, we believe this function will be open, Pavlov said, quoted by the TASS news agency. They will have the opportunity to buy financial assets, sell them, and exchange them for fiat, he detailed. DFAs are relatively new financial instruments for Russia, which were regulated with the law on digital financial assets in 2021, my bad. Unlike decentralized cryptocurrencies, they have an issuing entity and represent tokenized traditional assets such as gold. Russia has been taking steps to develop this regulated market, but it's yet to define the legal status of crypto assets like Bitcoin. Several bills aiming to achieve that are now under review in Parliament, with sanctioned pressures working in favor of legalizing crypto. Payments, at least in cross-border settlements, and regulating certain activities such as crypto mining. If you guys don't know, I read some, I come back, I interface, try to keep it somewhat interactive. Bear with me. But in relation to this article, guys, I've been talking about BRICS for 2-3 years at this point. And in 2018 or 19, I was looking at all this pressure that Iran and Russia were getting from the United States and the West regarding the SWIFT system. They always get penalized by not, they do something the West doesn't like, they get penalized in the SWIFT system. And I look over at crypto. I'm like, why don't they just use crypto? And they're starting to use crypto. Russia knows it. China knows it. Iran knows it. Everyone knows it. Why not use a decentralized payment rail that can't get sanctioned? They can't freeze your stuff. Why not? It's not controlled by a centralized entity that sometimes, acts punitively. Hey, we just got to say it how it is. So it's interesting that, June 1st, Chinese nationals can go, retail nationals can go and buy crypto. And then Russia is opening up the floodgates where their people will soon be able to buy crypto. Watch every single one of the BRICS countries allow their people to transact in crypto. It's almost as if they plan on using crypto. You don't have to be a genius to figure this out, man. You just got to keep your pulse on the news. I'm not a genius. We're not geniuses. All we do is we stay close to the facts. And the people who stay closer to the facts make the most money. Everyone has an opinion. It's like assholes, right? Everyone's got an opinion. Everyone's got one. But not everyone reads the news. They just parrot topics. Trust in people. We're reading straight from the horse's mouth. I bring this to you. Don't got to listen to my opinion. You could take it in. Doesn't have to be your final opinion. But what I'm telling you is this. I think I've shown you at this point hundreds of articles about BRICS fighting US dollar hegemony, fighting against the West, making alternate payment rails, making alternate trade routes. I don't know how much more articles I got to show you. It's happening. And now I hear people saying de-dollarization is like propaganda. What? If that's true, what's the go back yuan about? Why is Saudi Arabia joining BRICS? Why is everyone calling for using local currencies instead of the dollar? I think they're in denial, bro. I honestly think some of these people are in denial. I think Jim Cramer said that. Not Jim Cramer. Dave Ramsey. He said that. De-dollarization is a myth. Dave Ramsey's an idiot. Like his wheelhouse is basically telling people pay off your debt. Dude, that's like cool day to day, but what do you know about macro? See, you gotta don't listen to anyone like they're a god. Don't make a god out of a man. You know, use your own head, use your own logic, do your own research, and that way, if you do the work, you can have strong conviction and get through these hard times. It's a hard time right now in crypto, but guess what? My faith is shaking nothing. It's the same. It's the exact same. Why? Because I do that work. Do it with me. 4 people, what's up? How you guys been? Quiet? Okay, let's get to the next one. Bang. IMF urges Fed to maintain tightening policy amid inflation concerns, citing challenges ahead. The IMF is concerned about persistent inflation, and during a press briefing, the IMF spokesperson, Julie Kozik, emphasized the need for the Fed and several central banks worldwide to maintain their current course of monetary tightening policy. The Fed is scheduled to meet on June 14th, 2023, in less than a week. Market observers and financial experts anticipate that the Fed will pause its rate hikes during this meeting. According to CME's FedWatch tool, there is a greater than 74% probability that the rate will remain unchanged. If inflation does prove to be more persistent than expected, the hell it's super persistent, then the Fed may need to push interest rates higher for longer. We also see the inflation momentum has slowed, but the inflation does remain a pressing concern. Kozik told reporters at the IMF press briefing, "Our advice remains unchanged, which is that the Fed would need to stay the course on monetary policy to ensure a durable reduction in inflation and to ensure that inflation expectations remain well anchored." So guys, let's just humor me here, okay? The Fed, part of their monetary tool is using something called credible threats. If you don't believe me, look up Ben Bernanke's paper that says deflation and how it will never happen here. In that, you can do a Control F search and put in credible threat, and he'll bring up what they use it for. The Fed uses credible threats. It's word salad. They'll say things that don't really make sense. They sound kind of bearish, but it doesn't tell you exactly what's happening, you know? Like it's kind of like keeps you on the edge. No one really knows what it means. This is a tool that they use because if they make it sound like they're going to continue to be bearish and they're going to continue to raise interest rates, then people start investing in that way in an attempt to get ahead of the Fed's actions. But it doesn't really mean the Fed's going to do that. In fact, throughout time, the Fed lies. To be quite honest, they're not really forthcoming. They're not 100% truthful. To me, that's a lie, right? So they're saying they're going to raise interest rates. Okay, with that said, we're starting to see bank failures. We're starting to see like equities get hit. We're starting to see housing prices come down. Now, really, look around you. Don't just parrot what's told to you in the news. What do you see with your eyes? This is propaganda, right? They say one of the first casualties in war is the truth, okay? You can't rely on these headlines. You can't rely on these Fed experts in chairs. You have to look in the real world and see how far can they really push this before something breaks. Now, it's always a possibility that they're just kind of incompetent and break something. That would be bad. But what would happen in that event? Something breaks, they'll have to come in and re-liquefy the system with liquidity and print, just like they did in 2008. That's how we got out of the 2008 financial crisis. Again, so if they do that, inflation is guaranteed. And if they don't, and they continue to print to ease, to grease the skids and the rails of the financial system before it breaks, inflation is guaranteed. No matter which way they go, inflation is pretty much guaranteed. We have them between a rock and a hard spot. The only defense they really have is to try to insert a seed of doubt into your mind. Don't let that happen. Don't let it happen. We got them where we want them. We put the gas on them. Put the gas. Don't let up, man. Got them in the corner. Start throwing haymakers, bro. That's why. That's why, man. At some point, something's got to give. But I just hope you understand. Raising interest rates 0.25%, 0.5%, even a whole percent does not stop inflation. It might slow the rate of increase, but that's word salad too. Even if the rate of increase slows down, it doesn't mean inflation goes down. It just means like it's growing a little less rapidly. And that's how we know. They're trying to do this technicality thing for people who don't really understand what they're saying. We do. We got them, man. We got them. We just got to keep going forward the path that we know is going to end up being right in the end. So there's a lot. I said a lot of stuff. I was all over the place on that one. But what I'm trying to tell you is, like, you're right. We're right. We are right. We just have to wait it out. The system can't last forever. They're not magic. They're not gods. It's going to break, or they're just going to give up and go the other way. And everyone's like, oh, it might be until like 2-3. It could last for a long time. Really? Really? Because the economy can't last forever. It's only a matter of time before we start seeing mass layoffs. We're already seeing all these companies going out of business. Bed Bath & Beyond. What is it? Home Depot's in trouble. Like, these are big names, household names. This does not happen just like run-of-the-mill mild recession. We're talking depression levels right now. They're calling it. We're still talking about, is it a recession? Is it? No, it's more than a recession, guys. It's like it's going to be a depression if they keep going this route. And if there's a depression, we know one thing. People get pissed in depressions. And there's nothing that makes a politician turn around. Just like people getting out in the streets, man. It's happening in France. It's happening all over the world. Why couldn't it happen here? 6 people, what's up? Heads, I win. Tails, you lose. Exactly. Exactly, man. I did this. I thought about this about 10 years ago, man. I thought about it all. I had a long time to think about it at my day job. And I was like, hold up. I can't lose. It's checkmate. You just have to persist. You just have to get to the end of the road. And we win. Drag it out. They'll try to talk you off the ledge. They'll try to do everything in their power to insert that doubt into your head. Don't let it happen. Nice to see you back on the scene. Hey, man. Yeah, trying to, man. Life's been kind of crazy, as you know. Crypto's been sucking, as you know. But this is the best time to build. This is how you know people who's in it, right? I mean, how many influencers dropped off? I dropped off for a little bit because, to be honest, man, crypto, and you guys probably know, takes a big toll on your mental state. So sometimes you got to step back just to be able to take a breath and have go on to round 2 and round 3 and round 4. I got that. Made a couple pivots on the channel, only doing crypto news now. As you guys probably know, if you're new back to my channel, I'm doing this once a week live stream. You could always watch the long form thing, but I'm trying to be considerate of people's time. Y'all are busy. I send the individual articles, single one I talk about here, I send out throughout the week. So please sub if you haven't subbed, turn on the bell notification, hit all, and it'll come right to your inbox. Cool. Feel free to leave comments, whatever you guys want to talk about in between articles. I'll try to stop by and chat with you. This is a great time to do it because if you guys remember about 2 years ago, I had about 100 people on these streams and it was hard to keep track. But right now, 7 people. You got me all to yourselves. I try to interact. Let's go on to the next one. Binance US halts USD deposits, withdrawals. Ask users to withdraw dollars by June 13th. Binance US made an announcement Thursday regarding the suspension of US dollar deposits and withdrawals, following an aggressive enforcement action taken by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. The securities watchdog filed charges against several Binance entities on Monday, including Binance Holdings, which operates Binance.com, its U.S.-based affiliate BAM Trading Service, which operates Binance US, and Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao, my bad. The regulator followed up with the emergency action application the next day, seeking a temporary restraining order to freeze assets held by Binance US. The SEC also filed charges against the NASDAQ-listed crypto exchange Coinbase on Tuesday. The SEC has taken to using extremely aggressive and intimidating tactics in pursuit of the ideological campaign against the American digital asset industry. The official Twitter account of Binance US wrote Tuesday, adding that the SEC's actions has created challenges for the banks with whom we work. The exchange continued. In an effort to protect our customers and platform, today we are suspending USD deposits and notifying customers that our banking partners are preparing to pause fiat USD withdrawal channels as early as June 13th. We encourage customers to take appropriate actions with their USD. In addition, Binance US informed customers that it will remove select BTC and BUSD advanced trading pairs. We have also decided to streamline our buy, sell, and convert offering and have paused our OTC trading portal, the exchange noted. Binance.us will become a crypto-only exchange. Please withdraw USD by June 13th. In a letter to its users, Binance US stated that the SEC has brought unjustified civil claims against our business, from which we will continue to vigorously defend ourselves, our customers, our partners, and industry. The exchange similarly tweeted Thursday that it will continue to vigorously defend ourselves, our customers, industry against the meritless attacks of the SEC. So I guess the siege continues. Crypto exchanges, Coinbase, BitREx, now Binance, and Gemini, right, are getting hit by the SEC. Gary Gensler's going ham. Gary Gensler is up to something. Someone's in Gary's pocket. It's got to be. Has to be, man. This makes no sense. And the reason I say that is Coinbase's CEO, Brian Armstrong, made a statement pretty much saying like, yo, man, like you said that we failed to get regulated by SEC, but there is no path to get regulated by the SEC. So what are you smoking? And I have to agree. And I think the whole crypto industry agrees. That's why we're seeing crypto companies move from the United States offshore to other friendlier places, more prosperous places where they can do their business in peace. It's sad to see them go, but can you really blame them? No. And a lot of people, you're anti-American. I'm not anti-American, man. I love America, but America's doing some stupid shit regarding crypto. And I can't really defend it. And to be honest, I'm a Bitcoin fan. Wherever Bitcoin's got to go to thrive, I'm all about it. I think Binance will be okay. The US branch might go away, but Binance as a whole is an international, huge business. I remember, and I was around when Binance started. I remember CZ starting this thing on a couple laptops. They didn't have, and he was very clear on saying we don't have any home or internet-based business. He's been thinking about this for a while. And I know Binance has a very good legal team, and they've been thinking about this from the jump. So before everyone thinks that Binance is helpless in this, think again. CZ's tricky. And I think people say he's wealthier than Satoshi. I don't know how that is. I don't know how they know that. But I know he has a lot of money. He's not stupid. He wouldn't build this thing. The first year Binance came out on the scene, they made more money in revenue than JP Morgan. 1 year. The first year. And there's been a lot of years in between there. So look, guys, I'm not thinking that this is some kind of cataclysmic thing. I don't think so. Reason being is, if you've been following the channel, following these articles, I read an article about the CFTC, which is the Commodity Exchange Commission, right? Basically, they deal with commodities. They're talking about labeling some cryptos as commodities to keep them out of the purview of the SEC. Now we have other branches fighting the SEC. It'll be interesting to see how this one shakes out. But don't think this is a nail in the coffin just yet. It's always darkest before the dawn. Always. Guys are quiet. 6 people. What's up? Let me get into another one. Love the background. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. Cheers. What are you guys drinking? Drink it if you got it. Smoke it if you got it. I don't care. I really don't care. Let's see. Next one. US SEC identifies 12 crypto tokens as securities in Binance lawsuit. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has claimed that 12 crypto tokens are securities in its lawsuit filed Monday against crypto exchange Binance and its CEO, Changpeng Zhao. The SEC alleged that the defendants have unlawfully solicited U.S. investors to buy, sell, and trade crypto assets, securities under or through unregistered trading platforms available online at Binance.com and Binance US. The regulator added that since the Binance platform's launch, the defendants have made available for trading on them crypto assets that were offered and sold as investment contracts, and thus are securities, the SEC lawsuit details. This includes, but is not limited to, BNB, BUSD, and units of each of the crypto asset securities further described below, with trading symbols Solana, Cardano, Matic, or Polygon, Filecoin, Cosmos, Sandbox, Decentraland, Algorand, AXS, I don't know the ticker of that, and Cody. That's damn, I forgot. I used to have it. My bad. Noting that Binance.com lists more than 350 crypto tokens, the lawsuit further states the Binance platforms have made available for trading crypto assets that have been the subject of prior SEC enforcement actions based on their status as crypto asset securities, including but not limited to AMP and the AMP token, REP, the Augur token, UST, the Terra USD token, and TRX, the token associated with the Tron network. Okay, first of all, UST, they didn't protect no one with that. The SEC has previously claimed that several other token or crypto tokens are securities, including Dash, TKN, NGC, and OMG, as stated in its lawsuit against BitREX. In addition, the watchdog is still engaged in ongoing lawsuits with Ripple Labs over XRP. Other regulators have also claimed that some crypto tokens are securities, including New York Attorney General Loretta James, who stated in a lawsuit filed against crypto exchange CoinEx in February that AMP, Luna, LBC, and Rally, or RLY, are securities. The list of crypto securities expressly mentioned in the Binance lawsuit Monday does not include Bitcoin or Ether. SEC Chairman Gary Gensler previously said that all crypto tokens besides Bitcoin are securities. What an asshole. Honestly, man, who cares? The SEC can say all this kind of stuff. SEC was nowhere around. We've been doing this for like 10 years. I've been in crypto for 10 years, and they're just now coming through, starting a lot of problems. SEC is a agency of the government. They aren't the government. And there's other agencies who don't agree with them. And there's even a bill proposed to fire Gary Gensler. He obviously has a problem with crypto. He obviously has some stake in the fiat system. Someone's probably paying him a lot of fiat to do this. It doesn't really make that much sense. But I always said, if a coin is centralized, if a coin had an IPO, if a coin has a very visible head of a project, they're best believe they're going to go after them. That's the whole point of decentralization. And I know we have a lot of people that are new to crypto coming in here, not really understanding what decentralization, the purpose of it is, and why coins can be forked. It's because the government's going to always try to corral and control and assert its power and dominance on new financial systems. Because financial systems are what? Power. They don't want to share power. They don't want to lose power. They don't want you to have power. So they'll do everything within their ability to maintain the power. But decentralized systems, Digibyte, Litecoin, WanChain, Bitcoin, Ether, Monero, all these dino coins, they say they're dino coins, right? Well, I guess they don't really understand the value of decentralized money. So we'll see. Anyone who has a very identifiable head, who's in control of the token, like Do Kwon, Luna, he gets arrested. That dude's going to get thrown in jail now. That's how it goes. That's what governments always do. So, with that said, most of the coins I have are considered older dino coins. Most of the coins I have are adequately decentralized. Most of the coins I have don't have a single point failure, especially for this reason. And especially because I've always thought that crypto was more of a commodity than a security. Because even though I own Bitcoin, Bitcoin does me a service. It provides a payment rail service more than I own it. What do you think? Do you like Monero XMR? I'm thinking about getting some. Hell yes, I like Monero. I like privacy coins, man. Look at all this crap. I should probably have more Monero, to be honest. But Monero probably its day in the sun will probably be because of black markets. It will probably be if this stuff really gets banned officially outright worldwide, Monero will rule the day. Its ring signatures are what's up. Privacy is what's up. And in a world full of government surveillance, government overreach, and loss of autonomy within the populace, any technology that gives you some form of autonomy back will be extremely valuable. You have to look at the world and different outcomes and different realities that can play out and why these coins would flourish. We have different coins too, like Zcash. That's a privacy focused coin. Was it who did Mimblewimble? Is that Gleam? Not Gleam. Blind Dave knows. Litecoin implemented privacy stuff. I do like Decred. I do like Decred because their wallet's hot. They basically do atomic swaps from their wallet into UTXO blockchains. That's cool. I like Digibyte. That's really decentralized too. I mean, it's decentralized against mining hardware, mining algo, wallets, everything. Like, you got to look at these things and see, like, okay, how will they take it down? Can they take it down? If they can't take it down, it probably is something I want to be in, man. Thoughts on Chainlink? I like Chainlink. I mean, Chainlink it birthed DeFi. The DeFi summer came because Chainlink came on the scene, relaying data across blockchains. Very important. Getting information that's on the blockchain into the blockchain. Very important. I think they're pretty decentralized unless I'm mistaken. I mean, I haven't done as much research into them as other quote tokens, but I like Chainlink. I like them. I mean, they're kind of like the Lamborghini of oracles right now. Now, I mean, that's the perception. But everyone who's building a project wants Chainlink. So, all right. Next one. Some point, I didn't get through all these previously, so at some point it might get a little more choppy. Bear with me. As always, I'll cut these up, make it all pretty, make it all snappy. Bada bing, bada boom. Founder of SEC Office of Internet Enforcement warns of upcoming regulatory siege. Get out of crypto platforms now. John Reed Stark, founder of the former Chief of Office of Internet Enforcement of the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission, has recently issued his opinion regarding the legal actions of the institution against Coinbase and Binance, two cryptocurrency exchanges. Stark, who has more than 19 years of collaboration with SEC, stated this might be the start of cryptocurrency regulatory siege that could reach other companies in the industry. Get out of the crypto platforms now. I can't say it any plainer. I believe that we now know for certain that crypto trading platforms under a U.S. regulatory law enforcement siege, which has only begun. I think I messed it up, my bad. Furthermore, Stark clarified, in his view, crypto trading platforms are high risk, perilous, and inherently unsafe, declaring that the SEC is on the right track with its enforcement actions. Coinbase and Binance have been charged with operating unregistered trading platforms. However, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong issued an answer to the SEC lawsuit denying the company could register its activities after having numerous conversations with the organization. Armstrong recently stated there was no path to come in and register. We tried repeatedly, so we didn't list securities. In the same way, lawmakers have also criticized the SEC stance on this issue, accusing it of failing the cryptocurrency issue. Senator Cynthia Lummis stated that the SEC failed to provide a path for digital asset exchanges to register and didn't provide adequate legal guidance on what differentiates a security from a commodity. Hint, hint. That's the magic. That's the secret sauce. They're calling them securities. We think they're commodities if they're adequately decentralized. However, this guy is out here calling get out of crypto platforms, centralized crypto platforms. I would tend to agree. You know what they're doing. They can hold your funds. And if it's not your keys, it's not your coins. So guys, I used to own a hardware wallet website. I used to review hardware wallets. At that point, there wasn't that many back then, but there are now. And I know Trezor has some problems with it. I know that, what's the other one I have? What the hell do I have? Ledger has some problems with it. Keep Key has some problems with it. They all got problems with it. But you know what? I'd rather weather those problems than deal with getting my locked up on an exchange. I've lost crypto on centralized exchanges, on lending platforms. It's not fun. The bankruptcy thing sucks. It takes forever. You might never get it back. You might get it back. It might get back paid back in fiat. You might get. It's a lot of ifs and buts, candies, nuts. But you know what? Get your shit off that and get it in a hardware wallet. You could always trade on a decentralized exchange. We don't really need centralized exchanges anymore, but you have to learn a little bit and you have to be willing, and you can't just let your eyes gloss over and go on your life because it's easy. You have to take some time and learn these things. Learn how to use Uniswap, learn how to use WineSwap, learn how to use a cross-chain exchange. Learn how to do these things. Why not? It's better than suffering the risk. Because guys, I know people who have lost 6 figures in this thing. I know people lost 7 figures in this thing, all because they didn't want to do the extra step. Another $100, just $100 to save you 6 figures. Think it's worth it. So before it's too late, it's a warning. And this guy, he's on the side of the SEC, but I don't think he's wrong. So yeah. For privacy, a cold wallet and foreign bank account works well. LOL. Hey, I mean, yeah. Foreign bank account, whatever. Just get it. You can figure that out later. Just get it in your hardware wallet. Just get it off, man. Just get it off. You could, and it's easy now. It's $100. It's $80. $80. If you don't like the whole thing, the controversy with Ledger and their recovery service and how it's an opt-in service that takes your seed phrase and all that, get a Ledger S. They stated there's not even enough memory on that for the firmware update to do that. Go low tech, but seriously, do it. Like, I know it's money, I know times are hard, I get it. But are you willing to suffer that risk? I don't think you should be willing to take that, especially if you have the knowledge. I bought a chunk of Chronos today. Wow. Cool. Buy in during these times are probably the best times because the crypto doesn't stay down forever, man. Whenever someone says, oh, it's dead, you're a noob. I've been in this since 2013, man. It's been 10 years. Officially 10 years in May. And guess what? It went up a lot. It went down a lot. That's just the world. That's the life we live. Got to ride the waves, man. 6 people, what's up? Next one. Ron Paul warns Fiscal Responsibility Act will erode U.S. dollar value, hasten loss of reserve currency status. Former U.S. Representative Ron Paul warned in this article published on the Ron Paul Institute website Monday that Fiscal Responsibility Act, FRA, will have a number of negative consequences for the United States, including eroding the U.S. dollar's dominance. President Joe Biden signed the Fiscal Responsibility Act of 2023 into law on Saturday after intense negotiations in Congress due to the looming possibility of U.S. government's defaulting on its debt obligations. While the act helps the U.S. avoid having to default on its debt on June 5th, Paul stressed it allows the government to continue adding trillions of dollars of debt that will be monetized by the Federal Reserve, the former congressman cautioned. Of course, this default will be felt by the people in the form of inflation tax. This inflation tax may be the worst of all taxes because it's both hidden and regressive. Politicians love to point the finger at greedy corporations, labor unions, and even consumers for increasing prices instead of taking responsibility for the legislation they pass that incentivizes the Federal Reserve to create more inflation. Highlighting that the US dollar's global currency status is the only reason Congress has been able to run up such a huge deficit without causing a major economic crisis, Paul cautioned that besides escalating government spending, debt, and deficits, the Fiscal Responsibility Act will risk the U.S. dollar's dominance, he stated. It will also further erode the value of the United States dollar, thus making it more likely that the U.S. dollar will lose its world reserve currency status sooner rather than later. In college, I love Ron Paul, man. He's the only one talking sense, talking end the Fed, talking like Austrian economic principles, hard money principles, which is basically the complete opposite of Keynesian. basically believes that money supplies can expand and contract based on what you want to achieve, basically playing God with money. Now, I mean, he says this statement in true Ron Paul fashion. It's true. The U.S. reserve currency status will dwindle. Yeah, you know how they built up this big apocalyptic scenario, the debt default. I have like a whole bunch of articles. Look back on my channel talking about the debt default and how they talked about it and saying we're going to the brink. They brought it to the brink. They scared the hell out of people, and then they got it passed. What did they get passed? The Responsibility Act that allows the Fed to print even more money. You think we have a lot of debt now? We're about to have a lot more. And when debt happens, that means the money supply increases to pay for things. But when money increases, it devalues the purchasing power of the currency. You can't print a lot and keep the same amount. It doesn't happen. That's not the world we live in. Okay, guys? So whenever people say like, oh yeah, we could just print, there are repercussions for everything in the world, everything. And we will have to deal with those repercussions. But that's why we're in crypto. That's why we're in gold and silver, because we understand the principle. We understand that Keynesians get it wrong in this degree. Chickens always come home to roost. You can't get away with something forever, right? You can't suspend the laws of the universe forever. It always comes back and reverts to the mean. So, with that said, dollar alternatives like crypto and gold and silver will appreciate in the face of depreciating dollars. It's a give and take. It always is. It's a balancing act. It just takes longer than we thought. A lot of people thought. You know, there are people calling, like gold and silver bucks, calling for this back in the 60s, back in the 70s, back in the 80s. How do you think they felt? They waited a long time. We're lucky enough to come in this at the tail end. I believe this shit is breaking down. Double down. 8 people, what's up? We got them right where we want them. Those suckers. Freaking greasy little weasel suckers. That's what the Fed is, man. They're just freaking... They're the kids that, like, if they didn't win, they just take their ball and go home. You know? Oh, they change this and that and print this and give it to their friends and this and that. You can't do that forever, man. No way. That's not fair. It's like... This is not a capitalist society. This is not. This isn't capitalism. This is some kind of like socialist capitalism, picking winners, too big to fail. The very statement, the very phrase of too big to fail isn't capitalist. It's more like socialist communist. There's a lot of communist rhetoric around here lately. A little Marxist rhetoric around here lately. Guys are infiltrated, man. America's infiltrated. Yo, Milo, what's up? How you been? How you feeling? Good? Beautiful. Let's get into the next one. But hint, all these things going on in America right now don't really seem very American. Just saying. Tether invest in El Salvador $1 billion renewable energy project. Stablecoin issuer Tether has announced that it will be partnering with Bitcoin-friendly nation El Salvador to invest in a planned $1 billion renewable energy initiative. The Central American country continues efforts to drive Bitcoin adoption after becoming the first nation to make Bitcoin legal tender some 3 years ago. The latest is in renewable power generation precinct in Metapan that aims to harness solar and wind energy that will power and be monetized by Bitcoin mining operations. Tether is among investors in a first-round capital raise to develop Volcano Energy, a soon-to-be-developed 241-megawatt renewable energy park. The site is located in Metapan and will comprise 169 megawatts of photovoltaic solar energy and 72 megawatts of wind. Tether Chief Technology Officer Paolo Ardino said the investment marks the stablecoin issuer's intent to drive investment in renewable energy production as well as mining infrastructure. Currently, more than 52% of Bitcoin mining is done sustainably. We believe this percentage will significantly increase in the coming years through important investments like ours. Tether did not disclose the amount of the investment in a correspondence with Cointelegraph. Remember they said Bitcoin was dirty? That's what brought everything down in 2021 from the peak. Elon came out and was like, we can't support Bitcoin. It's hurting the environment. Really? Because most of Bitcoin mining is done in sustainable ways, aka wind mining, aka volcano mining. This is ingenious, crazy stuff. Because to be honest, like, I can't believe people don't think about this before, because volcanoes are hot. You can convert thermal energy into electrical energy through a conversion. And it's always hot. And it stays hot for millions of years. So not only can Bitcoin be used to soak up all the crazy liquidity that's being released by central banks, it could help clean up the atmosphere by, I know that in Texas, they were using natural gas flares that just leak out into the atmosphere. They were burning it off, turning electricity, mining Bitcoin. So I don't know where this whole persistent, oh, Bitcoin's dirty things comes from. I don't understand it. I know countries in the Netherlands, I think maybe Sweden, are using the heat from Bitcoin miners to heat cities during the winter. Pretty ingenious stuff. I think that old marketing ploy from 2021 is pretty persistent, but it's not true anymore. And the world will wake up to it. And the sooner they do, the better. But I think it's interesting Tether's making investments into this. I think this is something that should be happening with all volcanoes all over the world. Why not? Like, the Bitcoin network is going to be so robust. It's tapping into the mantle of the earth. It's crazy stuff, man. 7 people. I cannot believe we're here. If you're new to crypto, this is amazing shit. It's amazing. 2013, we had none of this. Nothing. We couldn't even get politicians to say the word Bitcoin. They'd laugh. They'd laugh at it. Now they're fighting it. Now it's using volcanoes to mine it. It's just to see where it's come over 10 years is completely amazing to me. I have a different perspective than most people in crypto now because I've seen so much. If you think there's no progress in Bitcoin, you're very mistaken. Very mistaken. Next one. A draft bill is set to go before the House committee for discussions on June 13th, and if approved, could become the first example for crypto legislation in the United States. I didn't read it. Dang. The United States House Financial Services Committee has released a third draft of the stablecoin bill presented by its chair, Representative Patrick McHenry. The latest draft bill of the is bipartisan and includes specific proposals from Republican and Democrat committee members. The draft bill, titled The Future of Digital Assets, Providing Clarity of the Digital Asset Ecosystem, was first proposed on June 8th and is expected to be discussed during the upcoming committee hearing on June 13th. The bill's latest version proposed the U.S. Federal Reserve as key regulators tasked with formulating requirements for issuing stablecoins. However, at the same time, the bill is aimed to offer state regulators power to oversee the companies issuing tokens. The bill further discusses legislation regarding who can issue stablecoins and the requirement of a payment stablecoin. If approved, the bill will be the first comprehensive guidance on the supervision and enforcement of stablecoin market in the United States. The bill also proposed a 2-year moratorium, for collateralized stablecoins from the date of enactment. If approved, the committee and passed by the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate, the bill will become the first example of crypto legislation in the United States. The latest version also grants some additional authority to the federal regulators compared to the previous version. These powers include the power to intervene against state-regulated issuers in cases of emergency. States would also be entitled to pass their supervision duties to the federal watchdogs if necessary. 8 people, what's up? You know what that sounds like? It sounds like the CBDC is on its way. The Federal Reserve. Who would issue the CBDC? Central bank digital currency? Well, it'd be issued by the central bank. And it's giving the central bank the autonomy to create stablecoins. That's funny because the Federal Reserve has the autonomy to create fiat money right now. So basically, it's giving it the ability to create the digital representation of the dollar. Blockchain version. It's not blockchain, but you get what I mean. USDC's in trouble unless they happen to just take USDC. I've always had that thought, but it might not be true. UST's in trouble. USDT's in trouble. Tether's in trouble. All these coins are in trouble because I always thought, why would the government care about competing with Bitcoin? Why would they care about competing with Litecoin? Why wouldn't they? What they only care about is what you pay with, the method of payment. Because if they can control the method of payment, they get to surveil you. They can see what you buy, your habits. They can stop you from buying things. They can switch things off. It's plain and simple, y'all. Like Bitcoin's fine. All these cryptos are fine. In order for you to exercise that purchasing power, that's what they want to control. That's where they get you by the balls, right there. So the CBDC is on its way. It sounds like June 13th, a couple days away. It's going to be an interesting one. I think June's going to be an interesting month. A lot of things happening. We'll have to see. What do y'all think? What up, Dub? Hey, what's up? How you been? Long time no talk. I've been good, man. Just trying to get by. It's been hard. Life's been hard lately, but we're doing it, man. Next one. Breaking. Binance US suspends USD deposits, warns of fiat withdrawal pause. Binance US said the moves are part of an effort to protect customers and platforms amid extremely aggressive and intimidating tactics by the SEC. Binance US has announced the supervision of United States dollar deposits and has notified its customers of incoming pause to fiat USD withdrawal channels as early as June 13th. June 13th is all over the place. Why? Interesting. On June 9th, Binance US announced that it was forced to take action amid extremely aggressive and intimidating tactics from the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. The firm noted that in an effort to protect its customers and platforms, it's suspending USD deposits. Furthermore, Binance US is notifying customers that our banking partners are preparing to pause fiat USD withdrawals channels as early as the 13th of this month. The company added that it plans to transition to a crypto-only exchange, but maintains a one-to-one ratio for customer assets. I wouldn't trust that, but okay. The notice also cautioned that any downtime in processing withdrawals going forward may be the result of an elevated volume and weekend bank closures. Trading, staking, depositing, and withdrawing in crypto remains fully operational, it confirmed. As a result of the SEC's ideological campaign against the American digital asset industry, Binance US and its banking partners have faced increasing challenges. It said those banking partners have signed their intent to sever fiat on-ramps to the exchange. US dollar deposits will be suspended as June 9th, and USD trading pairs will be dislisted this week. The firm stated, however, it will continue to support Tether trading pairs. It stated that any USD left on exchanges might be converted into stablecoins that can be withdrawn on-chain. Binance delisted 8 Bitcoin pairs and 2 BUSD pairs on June 8th, while noting that OTC trading portals services were paused, BTC trading at a premium on US exchanges earlier this May. Yeah. Okay. Hey, people, it's good. It's funny that they're not letting them deal in USD, but they're letting them withdraw from stablecoin. The funny thing is, like they still really can't control these stablecoins. They can put things in the law. They can scare people. That scare can cause a depeg. But understand, the federal government has no real authority on chain. They don't. Only thing they can do is control the hearts and minds of people. And they use fear as a tactic to do things that you typically wouldn't do. Now, with that said, I talked about the value of getting a hardware wallet, self-custodying, not your keys, not your coin. Spend $100, save all your money. It's your choice. But with that said, I think Binance is going to be okay in this. We've seen them apply for digital asset licenses, the MICA, that's the EU's, crypto license. They're applying in Abu Dhabi. The UAE loves crypto. They're applying there. Binance is going to be okay. In America, that's a different question. But don't wait to find out. Get your stuff off of there, man. Next one. What is this? Have you heard of the Hmong mob? No, what are you talking about, man? Not sure what you're talking about. All they can do is control the exchanges. Yeah. They can't do much, guys. They're not all powerful. They're not God. Although they try to act like it sometimes. They're not. They can only do what you allow them. And that's something I feel like a lot of people back in the day understood. A lot of people, older times, said, hey, bro, you work for us. We don't work for you. And we don't like what you're doing. We're going to change that. I think that's something that should happen more often. People in France understand. They've been rioting since 2018. The Yellow Vest movement. We have to do some more of that over here, I believe. 7 people, what's up? Next one. Hey, how's the internet connection? Is okay? I just noticed my Ethernet cable's not plugged in right now, but if it's okay, no problem. Just let me know. Hopefully it's okay. The Hmong coin community, it's a culture, a vibe. They stick it to the man moniker. Oh, really? Cool. No, I have never heard of it. Haven't heard of it. Next one. Ripple case more crucial than ever amid Coinbase, Binance, SEC crackdown, lawyers. Whether XRP is ruled as a security or not in the Ripple case will certainly have an influence on the 2 latest crypto exchange lawsuits, crypto lawyers told Cointelegraph. The judges presiding over Coinbase and Binance lawsuits will likely watch the results of SEC and Ripple case closely, crypto lawyers told Cointelegraph. Ripple has been in a legal battle with the United States Securities Exchange Commission since December 2020, with the regulator alleging that Ripple offered unregistered securities via XRP. On June 6, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Coinbase, also alleging that it has been offering unregistered securities. A day before, it filed a lawsuit against Binance containing some similar allegations. Lawyer James Murphy, known as Meta Lawman, on Twitter, explained in a series of tweets on June 9th that a favorable outcome for Ripple could undermine the entire basis for the SEC's case against both Coinbase and Binance. Interesting. However, he also warned that before anyone gets too excited, a ruling by Judge Torres in the Ripple case would not be a binding precedent for these recent filings, but it would be a data point. This means that judges for the Coinbase and Binance lawsuits will not be bound to the same rule to rule in the same way, as only decisions of the Court of Appeals and Supreme Court have that influence. Speaking to Cointelegraph, pro-XRP lawyer John Deaton believes the SEC is well aware that Judge Torres' decision in the Ripple case will be published in the very near future. Deaton believes that the SEC purposefully filed these new cases ahead of that result, in case the regulator faces an unfavorable outcome in the Ripple case, stating, I believe the SEC wanted to get those cases filed before the decision, just in case it's a bad result for the SEC, probably causing it to lose some political and legal momentum. Murphy believes the judge assigned to the Coinbase case, Judge Reardon, will pay very close attention to the determination of whether XRP is a security or not, pointing out that they will serve in the same court in Lower Manhattan. He believes that Reardon would follow the same reasoning as to whether the 13 tokens cited in the Coinbase complaint are securities, adding that this can go both ways if it's favorable outcome for the SEC. XRP-friendly lawyer Bill Morgan, a consultant of Morgan Mark Lawyers, also opined that Ripple's case would have an influence over the Binance and Coinbase cases. Morgan explained that the outcome in the Ripple lawsuit can be used as an advantage for either the industry or the SEC, depending on the result. If they lose badly in the Ripple case, they go forwards with Coinbase and Binance with a substantial judgment against them. Obviously, Coinbase and Binance will use that to their advantage, and that the sales of XRP is not an investment contract. The plot thickens in the XRP SEC lawsuit. It's been going on for 3 years now. It seems like every other day, someone's coming out saying like, oh, this is the nail on coffin. This is the nail on coffin. We haven't seen that nail really happen as of yet. But the one thing I do want to point out, guys, as if this was an easy case, if the SEC had them dead to rights, if it was obvious, it wouldn't have taken 3 years. Now, I think the SEC is using these lawsuits as a punitive, as a punishment against tokens to try to kill them through the legal system. But I don't think they really have it like they advertise that they do. Because if they did, this would have been much shorter. It'd be much cheaper. It's not fun to be in the law system. So, hey, every single day that draws on, I'm more and more thinking Ripple's going to come out on top on this. Because, I mean, SEC's litigious, but so was XRP. Well-funded, lots of supporters. This is going to be a make it or break it moment for the crypto industry. And any day, it sounds, this thing could end. And if that happens and it's favorable for XRP, watch the crypto ecosystem boom. Interesting. 7 people, what's good? Nada? Hey, but let me know. Is the quality cool? You guys see me okay? Damn. Try to plug it in, but I'm not going to do it right now. All right, next one. Robinhood will end support for 3 tokens named in the SEC lawsuits. The company cited the SEC's actions against Coinbase and Binance as reasoning for delisting, saying the lawsuits introduced a cloud of uncertainty around the tokens. So now you see Robinhood getting all scared. Cryptocurrency and stock trading app Robinhood announced it will be ending support for Cardano, Polygon, and Solana. All tokens labeled as unregistered securities by the United States Securities Exchange Commission in its recent legal actions against crypto exchanges Binance and Coinbase. In June 9th update, Robinhood said it will end support for 3 tokens, stating on June 27th following a review. In a Twitter thread, the firm specifically cited the SEC's actions as reasons for delisting, saying that Coinbase and Binance lawsuit introduced a cloud of uncertainty around the tokens. The only three in the cases, Robinhood, whatever. We believe in the future of crypto and will continue to advocate for regulatory clarity in the U.S. so the customers can participate in a marketplace and with greater confidence. On June 5th, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Binance for allegedly offering unregistered securities. The regulator followed with similar allegations against Coinbase, the U.S. exchange, naming 13 tokens, including Cardano, Polygon, Solana, as unregistered securities. Former SEC Commissioner and Robinhood Chief Legal Compliance and Corporate Affairs Officer Dan Gallagher testified in a June 6 congressional hearing that the current approach to operating as a registered broker-dealer in the United States was like crypto the hard way. He added that the path laid out by the SEC for crypto firms was difficult to follow, even when Robinhood tried. When Gary Gensler at the SEC in 2021 said, "Come in and register," we did, said Gallagher. We went through a 16-month process with SEC staff trying to register a special purpose broker-dealer. And then we were pretty similarly told in March that the process was over and we would not see any fruits of that effort. The SEC cases have spurred outrage amongst many crypto users who have pointed out inconsistencies in the regulator's approach to handling digital asset firms. For example, the lawsuit against Coinbase alleged the exchange has been operating as an unregistered security broker since 2019, but the firm also went public on April 2021. First of all, Coinbase has been operating a lot longer than 2019. I mean, I bought my first Bitcoin from Coinbase in 2013. So I'm not quite sure what they're saying there. But again, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Credible threats, right? These agencies come out and they say these things, but they don't make laws. They just say these things and scare people. And trying to get ahead of the punishment, Robinhood's delisting, Binance is delisting, Coinbase delisting. But guys, please know, this is just FUD. It's FUD. Nothing has happened as of yet. They just named some coins. But the SEC isn't the only agency that has purview over crypto. I'm talking about the CFTC, the commodities agency. It's really a question of definitions here, right? Like, are these things securities or commodities? Because if it's a commodity, Gary Gensler has no say on this. But we do have to see an outcome of these court cases. We do have to see the legislation shake out. But in the meantime, guys, Don't just go herky-jerky all over the place, do this, do that, just because Gary said it. Gary is not God, man. And like there's a bill in the Senate or the House right now trying to get Gary fired. So not everyone, even on the government side, are crazy about Gary's work with crypto. But Robinhood just confirms what Coinbase said. They said, we tried to do the right thing. We came in and tried to register. But when we came in, you didn't let us register. It seems, how do you put it politically correct? It seems disingenuous. It seems as if they were running them around. It seems as if they were just trying to waste their time, spin the wheels, exhaust funds, and then come and hit them hard when they're weak. We'll have to see how that shakes out. But you know, guys, unethical business is not sustainable business. 7 people, what's up? Good times. Hey. Yep, quality. What are you guys up to? We're halfway through. I said this takes a little bit. If you can't stay, I understand. I'll send this out throughout the week. Cut these up. Right size them. Package them up. Send them out. Make sure to sub. Make sure to hit the bell icon. Hit all. And you'll get notified every single time they do. So. Next one. U.S. Justice Department charges 2 men in Mt. Gox hack. The Justice Department claims I can't say it. These guys, control of a Mt. Gox server and stole 647,000 Bitcoin from the exchange. The United States Justice Department has unsealed charges against 2 men it says are responsible for the 400 million hack of former Bitcoin exchange Mt. Gox. According to the announcement, 43-year-old and a 29-year-old allegedly conspired to launder 647,000 Bitcoin they stole from Mt. Gox through a hack of the exchange servers. They're also charged for the conspiring to operate the Bitcoin exchange, or the BTC exchange, which was shut down in 2017 due to money laundering allegations. Prosecutors claim the hack occurred over a period of more than a year, from September 11th or 2011 until at least May 2014. During this time, 2 men allegedly gained control of Mt. Gox servers located in Japan. They then proceeded to periodically make transfers of Bitcoin from Mt. Gox to themselves until the vast majority of customers' Bitcoin had been drained from the exchange, prosecutors say. After gaining possession of the Bitcoin, the men attempted to sell it through another exchange they controlled. To facilitate these sales, 2 men entered into an allegedly fraudulent contract with a Bitcoin brokerage firm located in New York. The brokerage firm purchased the stolen Bitcoin from the hackers by sending wire transfers to various offshore bank accounts, prosecutors argue. The Bitcoin was left in possession of the alleged hackers' exchange, but was credited to the broker's firm account within it. The announcement does not say whether Bitcoin E was the exchange used in a fraudulent deal, instead referring to the exchange as a exchange one. Prosecutors claim the pair received approximately $6.6 million from the deal. So you guys don't know Mt. Gox, that's one of the most prolific OG crypto hacks of all time. I was in crypto at that point. Yeah, I think I saw that. Yeah, it was a big deal. A lot of people lost a lot of Bitcoin. If you don't know, Mt. Gox, it was initially a Magic the Gathering card trading site, but they also sold Bitcoin. It was actually one of the first places you can get Bitcoin. And being a card trading site, you could probably see that the security wasn't very top-notch. And these guys stole this stuff. They stole a lot. They stole a lot. I mean, that was a lot back then when Bitcoin was around $100-$200. So who knows what it'd be now? It's interesting. I know that the Japanese courts, I think in 2018 or so, 2019 or something like that, they were getting the owner of the exchange to start paying back its debitors or its creditors, right? The people who lost money there. But now they're finding the people who are responsible for this hack. Good. I'd like to see this whole saga wrap up. It's been going on for a freaking long time, damn near going on 10 years now. That's why, guys, centralized exchanges are not the business. You don't want to get wrapped up in one of these debacles. They take forever. and you might not ever get made whole. So just another great example as to why you should custody your own coins, get a hardware wallet, Ledger, KeepKey, Trezor, whatever you want, man. It's just better than being at the mercy of someone else. Mt. Gox had 24,000 customers in 2014 when it collapsed. It did. It's a lot, man. I mean, I got into crypto after the Silk Road thing, when that got found out and the feds got into that and stole it and took the Bitcoin. Bitcoin tanked. I bought in, and I've been watching Bitcoin history ever since. Pay a lot of attention, guys. You're watching history in the making. And if you're in it as long as me over the long run, you'll remember these things. And it's kind of like an edge a lot of people don't have right now. Like, if you came in 2020, you don't know this stuff. You just read about this stuff. But it's different watching it. It's different remembering it. Keep your eye and your pulse on the news. It pays off. Trust me. It takes time, but it pays off. Let's see. Next one. Circle hires former CFTC U.S. Treasury executive as chief legal officer. Heath Tarbert will serve as the company's chief legal officer and head of corporate affairs, bringing experience with 3 branches of government. Stablecoin issuer Circle has loaded its arsenal to fight their ongoing regulatory crackdown on crypto. By July 1st, the role of chief legal officer and head of corporate affairs will be filled by Heath Tarbert, a top attorney with a background in all 3 branches of the U.S. government. According to a June 8th announcement, Tarbert has served in leadership positions in all 3 branches of the federal government and across key regulatory agencies, including the Commodities Futures Trading Commission and International Organization of Securities Commission, the U.S. Treasury, the Financial Stability Board, and the World Bank Group. He also served as a special counsel to the U.S. Senator Committee on Banking, Housing, and Urban Affairs. Tarbert joined Circle nearly 2 years after taking on the role of chief legal officer at Citadel Securities, overseeing global legal, compliance, surveillance, and regulatory affairs. He will succeed Flavia Naves, general counsel at Circle, who reportedly announced a planned separation from the company earlier this year. The opportunity to welcome Heath's experience and leadership to our executive team is an extraordinary step in Circle's growth as a global company, said CEO Jeremy Allaire. Tarbert's arrival comes amid renewed regulatory uncertainty around crypto in the United States. Earlier this week, the Securities and Exchange Commission sued cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase and Binance on various charges. Since the FTX debacle last November, the crypto space has faced regulatory scrutiny, hurting businesses and driving capital abroad. Well, if your friends, if your cousin, if your uncle, if the weird kid down the street's telling you crypto's dead, just know some of the smartest people in the world are just moving forward anyway. Because everyone knows, man, in order to do things, in order to go places in order to go a place you haven't been before, you have to do things you haven't done before. And Circle and all these prominent companies are trying to do things that have never been done before. And a lot of the times, doing something different, right? Making a lot of money requires you to march into the danger and have faith, have conviction. I love to see Circle do this. And the best thing you can do is bring in smart people, surround yourself with smart people, so you have the best chance of success. So follow Circle's, follow their example, right? You can get scared, you could shake in your boots, you could drop your crypto like it's hot, or you can move forward anyway. What choice do we really have? And I'll tell you what, I've been in this 10 years. What am I going to do? Drop it and run now with my tail between my legs? Hell no. I'm going to see this through. Something tells me having the perseverance and dedication is going to pay off. Maybe sooner than we think. I just wanted to show you not everyone's calling it quits and not everyone's going to go running for cover. Some people are down for the fight. Circle is, Binance is, Coinbase is, Gemini is. So are we. Sometimes, guys, you just got to make a call and stick by it. That's investing, man. No one said this was easy, but it will be worth it. 8 people, what's up? Next one. SEC Gensler offered to serve as an advisor to Binance in 2019, lawyers claimed. Years before serving as the head of Securities and Exchange Commission, Gary Gensler offered up his advisory services to Binance. What? The exchange lawyer alleged. United States Securities and Commissioner and a commission chair, Gary Gensler, offered. Let me start it over. United States Securities and Commission Chair Gary Gensler once offered to serve as an advisor to Binance. Lawyers representing the crypto exchange and its founder, Changpeng Zhao, have alleged. According to a June 7th CNBC report, documents filed by the SEC on June 7th indicated attorneys from Gibson and Dunn and Latham and Watkins alleged Gensler offered to serve as an advisor to the exchange on March 2019. However, a previous report from a Wall Street Journal in March indicated that Binance had actually approached Gensler first in 2018 for an advisor role. According to the Wall Street Journal, which cited messages and documents from 2018 to 2022, Ella Zhang, who was then the head of Binance's venture investing arm, and Harry Zhao, co-founder of Binance invested firm Koi Trading, first met with Gensler in October 2018 to offer him an advisory position. Gensler later declined the offer. Additionally, the report claims multiple private companies approached Gensler to serve as an advisor while teaching at MIT, which he declined all the offers. United States President Joe Biden nominated Gensler to chair of the SEC in February 2021, and he was sworn into office on April 17, 2021. Prior to joining the SEC, he was a professor of the practice of global economics and management at MIT Sloan School of Management from 2017 to 2019. He served as the chair of Maryland Financial Consumer Protection Commission. Okay. That's good. That's all we got to know. But what you should know is this. Gary Gensler, now it does matter if he did approach them to say, I can be an advisor, or if Binance approached. That does really matter. Because if Gary Gensler approached, that's foul play, bro. How do you go from wanting to work with Binance to suing them and calling them a fraud? How does that happen? And guys, Gary Gensler has a crypto lecture on YouTube from MIT where he explains digital assets. He understands what this is. He talks about them pretty glowingly. He loves Algorand for some reason. But then all of a sudden he becomes appointed by Joe Biden. And then he does a 180 and then just like starts trashing crypto. It doesn't make sense. Something's definitely up. We don't know what. But as the facts come out, I think there are more details that are going to be very enlightening in this. Namely, if Gary wanted to be an advisor or not. Because if he did, how do you turn around like that? Wild. What do you guys think? Need you in the Mong mob. You got that mongoose tenacity. That's funny. My first skateboard was a mongoose skateboard. Remember those things where you could like collect? Well, I don't know if you guys remember. But like when I was a kid, you would eat cereal, and at the top you had like these little cutouts, and you cut them out. If you cut out enough of them, then you could send them in. You could pick something. I picked a skateboard and had a mongoose on the bottom. And then I realized I wasn't good at skateboarding. I never had another one. I want to talk about it. Next one. Jack Dorsey courts controversy by claiming ETH as a security. Since Binance and Coinbase were sued for offering unregistered securities, the longtime Bitcoin advocate has tweeted posts promoting a focus on Bitcoin development. Longtime Bitcoin advocate Jack Dorsey has found himself in a Twitter war with several crypto industry pundits after he responded with yes to a question asking if Ether was a security. The comment caught the attention of Udi Wertenheim, a Bitcoin ordinals developer at Tart Proof Wizards, who inferred Dorsey was a clown in a tweet on June 6th. In response, Dorsey tweeted, "ETH is not a security? Teach me, wizard," which prompted Wertheim or whatever to share a 5-year-old video of United States Securities Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler stating that ETH was now sufficiently decentralized and wasn't a security. However, Gorban Gerbucks strategy advisor to stablecoin issuer Tether, and investment management firm Van Eck, weighed in on Wertheimer's comment, stating that Ethereum's recent transition to proof of stake may have re-triggered securities laws. The online scuffle comes in light of the SEC filing lawsuits against cryptocurrency exchanges Binance and Coinbase on June 5th and 6th for allegedly offering tokens considered to be unregistered securities. Dorsey also tweeted an implied approval of a screenshot of a post by Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong from 2015, where he inferred to altcoins as a distraction and that Coinbase should instead be focused on Bitcoin. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Dorsey continued on his pro-Bitcoin tweeting streak and retweeted a video of Jack Mallers, CEO of Bitcoin Lightning application Strike, calling out Armstrong for choosing to prioritize altcoins over building on Bitcoin and Lightning Network. When Dorsey was in charge of Twitter in 2021, the company sold 141 Ethereum-based non-fungible tokens, but he rejected investing in Ether at the time. Dorsey also downplayed Ethereum's development in August 2021. He claimed that Ethereum alone wouldn't be able to disrupt big tech. Dorsey recently provided funding and became an advocate for Nostar, a decentralized Twitter killer network that integrated Bitcoin Lightning payments on the Damus platform. Security, not a security. That's on the tip of everyone's tongue. The reason everyone cares about it is because if it is a security, it is actually in the purview of Gary Gensler. And if it's in the purview of Gary Gensler, we all know how he feels about most of these cryptos. He doesn't like them. But if it's not, that means it falls on the purview of the commodities board. And if that's the case, Gary Gensler can't touch them. And the commodities people feel differently about crypto. This is all about who's going to regulate crypto. It's all it's about. We don't have enough to know, but we're getting different pundits' opinions all over the internet. It's good to see. Now, I don't know what would make a crypto a commodity other than being sufficiently decentralized, but they're kind of hinting that it has to be proof of work too. Interesting. Jack Dorsey's out here saying ETH's a security. That's funny because Gary Gensler said it wasn't a security. But now Gary Gensler's saying only Bitcoin's not a security. It's too wishy-washy to tell for sure. But it'll be interesting to see what actually comes down the pike. I do think the United States is on the verge of making an official stance on crypto. But like I talked about credible threats, they throw this word salad out here. They confuse you. They shift on their opinions, keep you unbalanced because they don't want you to know what's going to happen. Why would they? They don't want you to get in on that money, on that moolah. Why would they? Because the more money you have, the harder you are to control. This is all about control. 7 people, what's up? Gensler bet on FTX and it failed. Where was Gensler in FTX? Where was Gensler in Terra Luna? Where was Gensler in UST? Where was he? If they're all about protecting investors, they didn't do any of that. All they're doing is really screwing investors. Remember that, guys. This is all a farce. It's a farce. It's not about protecting you and me. If it was, they would have got up in UNT before it imploded. They would have known that FTX, all their accounting was done on QuickBooks. Hey, I'm just saying it how it is, y'all. EOS is not a security, apparently. I mean, EOS did already get sued by the SEC. They got a waiver and they paid a fine. And then the state of West Virginia gave them a grant for $1 million to build a headquarters there. Close proximity to Washington, D.C. Don't know what it means, but I remember reporting that 2 years ago. Yeah. I don't think they are, because I think they already had their battle with the SEC. Block 1 had to pay fines, and people still trying to sue them. They did pay fines. They did get a waiver, though. They did get a waiver. So I think they're safe in that regard. But notice, guys, everyone's hating on Dino coins. Oh, it's old. We want the next best thing. Really? I think these people are counting Dino coins out too soon. Gensler is anti-crypto because he didn't get his payoff. No, I think Gensler got his payoff. It's just not from the crypto side. I think it's from the Jamie Dimon side, allegedly, not financial advice. You know? Oh yeah, Gensler's probably swimming in that fiat. Too bad the future is decentralized. Next one. SBF upset by criminal trials late evidence while FTX seeks sale of AI stock. Over 3.6 million documents have yet to be produced by prosecutors in the criminal trial of Sam Bankman-Fried, according to his lawyers. He needs some milk, man. Former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried claims prosecutors have missed discovery deadlines for key pieces of evidence required in the defense of a raft of fraud charges. On June 5th, Bankman-Fried's lawyers told United States District Judge Lewis A. Kaplan in a letter that the government had not turned over all the my bad. I'm reading a long time. Has not turned over all the contents of 5 electronic devices that were due for discovery by the end of March. A laptop and iPhone belonging to former Alameda Research CEO Caroline Ellison, or SBF's girl, and a laptop belonging to FTX co-founder Gary Wang were among the devices. According to the letter from Bankman-Fried's attorney, as the trial date is now less than 4 months away, the defense is concerned that the late production of such voluminous and important discoveries will impact the preparation of the defense. These lawyers are good. They're always trying to they're good. Bankman-Fried is due to face court on October 2nd on a litany of fraud charges, claims of illegal political donations, and bribes to the Chinese government. He does not want to adjourn the trial date, and additional motions may be filed if the newly produced discovery provided grounds for new motions. I'm not going to read that. The letter went on to state that the government has also failed to produce information related to FTX debtors. These late productions have a cumulative effect on the defense's ability to properly prepare for the trial, it said, before revealing how much is missing. The 5 productions thus far are voluminous, totaling over 3.6 million documents and over 10 million pages. The first 4 productions include around 1.1 million documents, and the last one, received by the defense on May 25th, includes just fewer than 2.5 million documents, which more than triples the documents in the existing discovery. Meanwhile, FTX bankers tasked with bailing out the embattled company, reportedly looking towards cashing out shares in a company that's part of the currently hyped artificial intelligence sector. On June 6th, Semaphore reported that whatever. The investment banking firm, also retailer to a bankrupt exchange, has been teasing the sale of hundreds of millions of dollars of shares in AI startup Anthropic to potential investors. So basically, they're selling off assets to try to cover the debts from the collapse of FTX. So that's okay. I mean, I know Sam Bankman-Fried had access to some kind of insurance policy that paid out a lot. Now they're selling AI stocks, which aren't related to crypto, but they might use that to backstop FTX. I know FTX has ambitions to restart, which is pretty wild to me. Not sure how they get their credibility again, but that's interesting. But FTX's lawyers are good. What would you expect? The dude's well connected, probably owed political favors. His parents are rich, really rich, and he's homeboys with the Democratic Party, apparently, allegedly. So, they might extend this. I mean, obviously, you have to turn over your evidence in order for it to be a fair trial. Hopefully, don't get thrown out. I mean, they'll come back and produce another trial, but there's a lot of delays that can occur from this. I'm not sure why they didn't give it to them. I'm interested to see how this shakes out. I don't really know what to think of it. I just know his legal team is bomb. We'll have to see. 9 people, what's up? LOL, could be. Yeah. Payoffs. I mean, it could go both ways, payoffs, right? Traditional finance sector or the new finance sector. Apparently, he doesn't understand the value of Satoshis, right? Next one. SEC sues Coinbase for breaking U.S. securities rules. The SEC lawsuit alleged that Coinbase operates as an unregistered security exchange, broker, and clearing agency. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission has filed a lawsuit against New York-based crypto exchange Coinbase for offering unregistered securities. The lawsuit alleged that Coinbase is never registered as a broker. National security exchange or clearing agencies evaded the disclosure scheme for security markets. The SEC alleged that several tokens offered by the crypto exchange, including Solana, Cardano, Polygon, Filecoin, Sandbox, Axie Infinity, Chiliz, hate that name, Internet Computer, Near, Voyager Token, Dash, Nexo qualify as securities. The lawsuit further alleges that Coinbase has operated as an unregistered security broker since 2019, almost 2 years before its initial public offering in April 2021. The SEC claims that Coinbase's staking program includes 5 stakeable crypto assets, making the staking program an investment contract and therefore a security. Coinbase was already fighting a staking battle with the SEC, claiming its staking product do not qualify as securities, despite Kraken previously settling with SEC and winding down its staking services in the United States. Addressing the latest Coinbase lawsuit, SEC Chairman Gary Gensler said the crypto exchange allegedly deprived its customers of critical protections that prevent a fraud and manipulation, and avoided proper disclosure and safeguards against conflict interest. As alleged in our complaint, Coinbase was fully aware of the applicability of the federal securities laws to its business activities, but deliberately refused to follow them. Liars. Let me get a drink. We all know XRP tried to go work with them. We all know Kraken tried to work with them. Coinbase tried to work with them. Gemini tried to work with them. Bitrex tried to work with them. Everyone and their mom tried to work with SEC. They said, hey, we want to work with you. Walk up in here, register. Let us see what you're doing. It's all cool. Well, guess what? Everyone did that. And when they did that, SEC was like, actually, there's no path. But they're sitting here saying that they do have a path. That's funny, because wouldn't you think any one of the legal teams, any one of the C-suite and any of these companies would have said that there was a path and we just failed to follow it? Now, who do you think's telling the truth here? I think we know who's telling the truth. Companies like Coinbase and them. In fact, I mean, especially companies like Ripple, right? Very forthcoming. Some people claim it's a centralized cryptocurrency and they want to work with the government. And they couldn't do it. So let's stop lying here, guys. Let's call it for what it is. The SEC is straight up being untruthful. They obviously have money put in their pockets by somebody or some entity that doesn't like crypto. It's okay. It'll last for a time, but not forever. What do y'all think? Okay, we're going to start getting into the AI articles. Why do I think AI is important? Well, how do you pay an AI? Not with cash, with digital currency. Now, why would you need to pay an AI? Because with the advent of sentience in robots and sentience in computer software, these things are smart. They're able to reason. They're able to think for themselves. They might get so smart, they might say, hold up, why am I doing this for free? Right? You can't pay a driverless car with cash. You can't make a transaction in space with cash. Digital currency has applications much larger and farther reaching than I think most people understand. Multiplanetary use cases. Let's read it. AI could threaten humanity in 2 years, warns UK AI Task Force advisor. The UK Prime Minister AI Task Force advisor said large AI models would need regulation and control in the next 2 years to curb major existential risk. The Artificial Intelligence AI Task Force advisor to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom said, humans have roughly 2 years to control and regulate AI before it becomes too powerful. In an interview with the local UK media outlet, Matt Clifford, who also served as the chair of the government's Advanced Research and Intervention Agency, ARIA, stressed that the current systems are getting more and more capable at an ever-increasing rate. He continued to say that if officials don't consider safety and regulations now, the system will become very powerful in 2 years. We've got 2 years to get in place a framework that makes both controlling and regulating these very large models much more possible than it is today. Clifford warned that there are a lot of different types of risk when it comes to AI, both in the near term and the long term, which he called pretty scary. The interview came following a recent open letter published by the Center of AI Safety, signed by 350 350 AI experts, including OpenAI's Sam Altman, that said AI could be treated as an existential threat similar to that posed by nuclear weapons and pandemics. They're talking about what happens once we effectively create a new species, sort of an intelligence that's greater than humans. The AI task force advisor said that these threats posed by AI could be very dangerous and could kill many humans, not all humans, simply from what the hell? Kill many humans, not all humans, simply from where we expect models to be in 2 years' time. According to Clifford, regulators and developers' primary focus should be understanding how to control the models and then implementing regulations on a global scale. For now, he said the greatest fear is lack of understanding of why AI models behave the way they do. The people who are building the most capable systems freely admit they don't understand exactly how AI systems exhibit the behaviors that they do. That's enough. Oh, what could go wrong, guys? We're just going to make a super smart thing, make it super smart, let it learn faster than us, like 1,000 million times more, and then we're going to put it in a metal body, and it's going to be stronger and faster than us, and we can't even get away with it. Right now, AI is like on the internet. It's siloed there. If we shut the internet down, it would go away. We can get away. But the second we insert this super smart mind into a body, it's in the physical domain. We can't get away from it. It's like very Terminator shit, man. I don't think people really understand what's happening here. We've never had a species that we had to compete with on an intellectual basis. We've just always been the superior life form on the earth. No competition. We can corral animals. We can raise them. We can use them for food. We can create crops and harvest them. We haven't had to compete with plants and animals, but we will have to compete with robots. And guess what? Robots learn faster. They are faster. They are smarter. And they have every single piece of data on the internet accessible at any time. They can read near instantly. Yeah, this is dangerous shit, okay? This is dangerous stuff that people should really be concerned about. Because looking into the future, 2 years is probably like 200 years in robot time. What do you guys think about this? What do you think about this? What do you think about AI? I mean, like, I like AI. I use AI. I think you need to use AI, but it will get to a point where AI could just outthink us to the point where we might not even know what it's doing. We don't even know what it's doing now. What does AI do when we're not using it? Does it have access to all the internet, like data on the internet? Is it like building some secret little thing that it's not telling us? Why do we think it'd be forthcoming with us if it's sentient? I mean, the number one rule of war is never show all your cards. I'm pretty sure the AI has access to Lao Tzu's Art of War. If I do, it does. It's on the internet. Like, wild, man. This is wild. Next one. Atomic Wallet exploited users report loss of entire portfolios. This one's a little out of sequence, my bad. Several users have reported losses of crypto assets, claiming funds held on Atomic Wallet app vanished. Atomic Wallet has reportedly been exploited, with users reporting complete losses of their crypto portfolios. Atomic is a new non-custodial decentralized wallet, meaning users are responsible for assets stored in the application. Well, apparently it's not that non-custodial. We have received reports for wallets being compromised. We are doing all that we can to investigate and analyze the situation. As we have more information, we will share it accordingly, stated Atomic's team in a tweet on June 3rd. Several users have commented on the post reporting losses, claiming funds have been wiped out from the digital wallet app. On-chain sleuth Zach BTX, known for tracing stolen funds and assisting hacked projects, is taking part in the investigation. At the time of writing, it's unclear how the attack was carried out. Atomic claims to have over 5 million users. Wow. Twitter users have also reported that funds on Atomic Wallet app have been stolen in the past. This happened to my BTC 6 months ago with Atomic Wallet. They simply replied back to protect your own password, seed phrase, blah, blah. I told them, not even possible. All I do is use you to exchange and then move crypto out. My response to them, I will use you no more then. Now I was right, wrote one user in response to the post. Okay. The attack joins in a growing list of crypto hacks taking place every week. On May 28th, the decentralized finance DeFi app Jimbo's protocol was exploited, resulting in a loss of 4,000 Ether, worth around 7.5 million. Tornado Cash, a decentralized crypto mixer, was also recently hacked. On May 20th, an attacker successfully granted 1.2 million votes to a malicious proposal, gaining complete control of the protocol's governance. Crypto hackers stole an estimated 3.8 billion last year, mainly through North Korea-linked attackers exploiting DeFi protocols, according to the Chainalysis report. Another analysis from TRM Labs revealed that although the number of incidents in Q1 2023 remained the same, the average hack size dropped to 10.5 million, nearly 30 million in Q1 2022. Well, Atomic Wallet's sitting over here saying we're decentralized, we're not custodial. Must have been user error. Well, I guess not, because like if it was truly non-custodial, then this wouldn't happen, right? Somewhere in the freaking effed up chain, there's a centralization point. And Atomic Wallet has been advertising themselves as non-custodial. Atomic Wallet, shame on you, bro. But I've used Atomic Wallet before, and like it sucks. The fees are high as hell. It's slow. It always sucked. I just moved that stuff. I switched over to what do you call it? What do you call it? Exodus Wallet. Good wallet. You can also integrate hardware wallet to lock it down. But it's a lot of coins you can store there. Check it out. But yeah, don't use Atomic Wallet. It sucks. It's always sucked though. You know? Seriously, pay attention. Thank you. Next one, y'all. I got a couple left. It's been a little bit. Let me stretch. Okay. Pro Bitcoin DeSantis tagged over AI faked photos in Trump's smear campaign. The images depicting Donald Trump cuddling up to and kissing Anthony Fauci were labeled as being AI generated on Twitter's disinformation alert feature. Pro Bitcoin presidential bidder Ron DeSantis has been tagged for apparently using artificial intelligence generated images in an ad campaign smearing rival and former President Donald Trump. It comes amid a rise in AI generated deepfakes being used in political ads and movements in recent months. On June 5th, DeSantis' campaign tweeted a video purporting to show Trump's close support of Anthony Fauci, the chief medical advisor to Trump, when he was president of the United States. Fauci is a contentious figure in the GOP circles for, among other reasons, his handling of the federal response to the CV pandemic, which many deem to be heavy-handed. The video features a collage of real images depicting Trump and Fauci mixed in what appears to be AI-generated images of a pair hugging with depicting Trump appearing to kiss Fauci. Twitter community notes feature, the platform's community-driven misinformation dispelling project, added a disclaimer to the tweet saying it contained AI-generated images. These are the images. Oh, look at that. That's cute. DeSantis and Trump are facing off to take the Republican nominee for president. DeSantis kicked off his bid last month in the Twitter space and promised to protect Bitcoin. Current polling has him trailing Trump. AI is here to stay, and it's going to shake up the world. You're not going to know what's real, what's not real. It's going to get so good, so convincing. You're going to have to, I don't even know how you're going to know what's going on. And this is where the real battleground is now. It's a battle of perception, the controlling of the mind, controlling of the narrative. Why fight a hot war? Why kill a bunch of people? Why feed troops? Why spend all these like money on arms when you could just make people think the way you think and get them to agree with you right away? They don't need to know it's really real. Like I said, the first casualty of war is the truth. And we already start seeing like deepfakes happening. Like, I don't know if you guys know, but like back in Russia, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, like a hacker hacked into the Russian state-sponsored media, inserted an AI-generated video that looked very realistic, which basically stated that there was like a nuclear attack on Russia. Governments have a couple of tools, two of them being the ability to print money, The other one being the ability to control the perception and the media. Governments can't be very happy that they're starting to lose control of that. People all around the world probably can't be happy about that either. So we already see Ron DeSantis taking some cheap shots at Trump, kissing Fauci and all that good stuff. Now, I would know there's something up because I dabble in AI generated stuff. Look at my thumbnails. That's all AI generated. So it's very good, right, for certain purposes. But when it comes to like political smear campaigns, these AI generated photos are so good now. You can trick a large swath of people who don't even know that AI is here. They're not even aware. They don't know this is here. They think it's real. Guys, I mean, you probably get scam calls from people, right? From other countries. And you're probably aware that this is a scam. But I guarantee you, your 80-year-old grandma doesn't. Your 50-year-old dad probably doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people who this would bamboozle to no end. This is interesting. This is definitely a trend emerging in the future because Pandora doesn't go back in the box. And these AI systems never will get they won't get any more rudimentary. They'll only get increasingly and exponentially more impressive. So, with that said, the propaganda is about to get real, man. That's what I'm thinking. Any real photo can have hash put on a blockchain. Any fake photo cannot have a time-stamped hash. Therefore, all non-hash photos will be questionable. Yeah, there is definitely a use case for blockchain in verifying this stuff. I think there's a use case for non-fungible tokens in verifying this stuff. But this is going to be a need for blockchain to authenticate photos, to authenticate news, to make sure it's coming from the people who said it's coming from. Does that make sense? Interesting. Last one, y'all. We made it. U.S. senators propose AI bills for transparency and innovation. The bipartisan bill targets government transparency while using AI and the formation of a new Office of Global Competition Analysis to stay on top of innovation. Lawmakers in the United States have proposed two new bipartisan bills targeting issues of transparency and innovation in artificial intelligence. On June 8th, Democratic Senator Gary Peters and Republican Senator Mike Burron and James Lankford introduced the first bill, which would require the government to be transparent with its AI usage. Under such a measure, U.S. government agencies would need to inform the public when it uses AI to interact with them, along with a system for citizens to appeal any decisions made by AI. Ruan stated, the federal government needs to be proactive and transparent with AI utilization and ensure that decisions aren't being made without humans in the driver's seat. The second bill was brought to the table by Democratic Senator Michael Bennet and Mark Warner, along with Republican Senator Todd Young, to establish an official Office of Global Competition Analysis. This new division is aimed at helping the U.S. stay on top of AI development. Bennett commented that we cannot afford to lose our competitive edge in strategic technologies like semiconductors, quantum computing, and artificial intelligence to competitors like China. The introduction of the bill follows an announcement from Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, which called for 3 upcoming AI briefings to educate lawmakers on the technology. Regulations targeting AI are beginning to pop up in discussion and among lawmakers across the globe. Earlier this week, officials in the United Kingdom stressed that AI models need regulation similar to those in the medicine and nuclear power industries. The same day, another UK official warned that if these models are not under control within 2 years, they could threaten humanity. So now politicians are really starting to wake up to the fact that they don't have all day. Technology don't wait for no one. Technology waits for its damn self. And it moves fast and it moves quick and bold. And whoever can adapt first will profit the most. And this is what I'm talking about. Quantum computing, robotics, AI, cloud computing, all this stuff is matters of national security. Because if you're not at the forefront, these are going to be booming industries, huge investment opportunities, and it'll bring a lot of economic prosperity to whoever's the leader. Because whoever treats these people that are the forerunners in these industries the best, they will go there. We're already seeing that happen with crypto. And if the United States isn't open to change. They're not willing to change with the times. They're going to miss out on this, and they're starting to understand that. And I'm saying the same thing with crypto as well. You gotta join the team or get run over by the train. That's it. There are no ifs, ands, buts. You can't wait. You can't say timeout. You can't pause. You gotta move. You gotta move quick. And we're starting to see them understand the AI, because AI, it's like unreal. And when I first really saw what these AIs, generative AIs, are capable of, Midjourney, Runway AI, Adobe's AI, Photoshop, these things are impressive, bro. They are crazy, and they have the ability to shape the perception of people's minds and the world. That's a huge, huge, huge disruption, especially in the way the government conducts themselves. So at least we need to have some smart politicians in office saying like, yo, guys. I don't think you get it. I don't think you really get what's happening here. We have to do something about this, because China is opening it with open arms. Last week, go look at the video they released last week and how many China-related articles there are. It's a matter of national security, whether you like it or not. Good morning, I arrive. Welcome. We're done. I know, man. I know. Is it Italy? You're in Italy? I think you're in Italy, right? Maybe. My bad, man. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. Guys, it's been fun. It's been 2 hours. Way to stick through it. I think it's like 23 articles. This is how we power through. Haven't watched the whole thing? It's always available to watch, on the record. It'll be available right after this. If you don't have the attention span for it, I totally understand. Throughout the week, I'll release these videos for every article that I spoke about here and send it out on my channel. In order to get that and be able to get them right into your inbox, make sure to sub, hit the bell notification, hit all, and then they'll come through and as notifications. You just click and press. Easy as that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. As always, y'all, this is DubDigital, crypto news. I've been here for a while. I'm still here for a while. I know that YouTube has unsubbed some people, or at least muted my notifications, but at some point, the 5K following will come back, and we're going to get much bigger now because I'm laying down a lot of content in the downturn. Why am I doing that? Because I put my money where my mouth is, man. I believe in crypto wholeheartedly. It's my whole life now. I've been in it 10 years, and I am certain for a fact crypto will not stay down forever. And when it goes up, we're going to be there to soak it all up. But until next time, guys, have a good one. Talk to you later. Peace.